Level 1. The case nobody prioritizes. The robbery takes 4 minutes. You're 3 states away before the local sheriff gets the description. The FBI opens a federal case because bank robbery is a federal crime. That's automatic. What isn't automatic is anyone caring about it yet. One agent gets assigned part-time alongside 38 other open files. He runs your image through the next generation identification system, 150 million enrolled photos. Your match confidence score comes back at 58%, not enough to act on. A BLO goes to 14 local departments within 60 miles. 2 respond, the rest file it. You have $11,200 in a storage unit and a regular job, and you tell yourself the hard part is over. It isn't. It hasn't started. The NGI flag doesn't expire, it just waits. Your agent moves on to fresher cases. Your file drops into a secondary queue, technically open, functionally cold. Statistically, 40% of bank robbery cases never result in arrest. You're currently in that 40%. You think you're safe because nothing has happened. Nothing has happened yet. Level 2. The pattern forms. You hit 2 more banks, different states, different months. You vary everything: timing, disguise, entry point. You think variation means invisibility. What it actually means is data. The Violent Crime Task Force, 5 agents across 2 field offices, convenes after your 3rd robbery. They don't have your name. They have something more dangerous: your behavior. Your entry window clusters between 9:08 and 9:24 a.m. Your exit routes share a left turn bias within 150 meters of the target. You don't know you do this. The analyst who spots it has been building behavioral profiles for 11 years. They call you the morning opener in internal reports. You use your phone near a bank you're scouting, just checking parking on Google Maps. Your device pings a tower 280 meters from the branch at 8:59 a.m. The task force pulls tower data for a 400-meter radius during a 2-hour window. They get 2,100 unique device IDs. Cross-referenced against your previous robbery locations, the list drops to 31. Your device is in that 31. You feel controlled, careful, invisible. You are none of those things. Level 3. Federal priority. The 4th robbery goes wrong. A guard draws. You hit him with the barrel of your gun hard enough to fracture his cheekbone and cause a bleed behind his left eye that puts him in the ICU for 9 days. He survives. That's the only thing keeping this from a different conversation. The charge sheet changes overnight: assault with a deadly weapon, attempted murder, conspiracy. The task force doubles to 10 agents. Your case gets a dedicated intelligence analyst. Her only assignment for the next 3 months is you. She builds a 280-page profile: strike radius, timing gaps, the specific way you favor your left shoulder when you raise a weapon. Crime Stoppers puts $20,000 on your name. Your photo goes to the FBI's regional priority page, not the top 10, but visible to anyone. Someone who knows you sees it. They don't call immediately. They sit on it for 8 days, running their own calculation. The reward is real. You haven't been in contact. The math resolves. The tip line gets a call from a prepaid phone outside a pharmacy in Columbus. First name, city you grew up in, the way you talk. It's enough to start pulling records. The task force is 96 hours from your full name. You don't know this. You're watching cable in a motel in Dayton, feeling like the worst is behind you. Level 4. They know who you are. Your name appears in an FBI case file at 9:47 a.m. on a Thursday. By noon, they have your social security number, last 4 known addresses, vehicle registration history, and a 2018 misdemeanor that left your fingerprints in the system. They run those prints against latent evidence from 2 robbery scenes. One comes back positive: 12-point match on a partial from a countersurface in Louisville. 2 agents visit your mother that afternoon. She hasn't seen you in 5 weeks. She answers questions for 35 minutes and cries once and tells them nothing because she genuinely has nothing to tell them. They believe her. They put a pen register on her landline, logs every incoming and outgoing number, no recording required. Court order signed within 3 hours. Your face goes on the FBI's most wanted page at rank 487. Not the top 10, not a household name, but your image is now visible to 340 million people. A former coworker sees it and gives them your burner number without hesitating. It's a phone you stopped using 2 weeks ago. Doesn't matter. The number is in the system now. Every phone you've used is being worked backward. You grow a beard. You lose weight from not eating properly. You look less like your photos. You think this is working. The radius is 80 miles and closing. Level 5, running on nothing. You hit one more bank. Small town, 1 branch, 2 employees. Population 3,400, no traffic light on Main Street. You chose it because small means invisible. What you didn't know, the branch upgraded its security system 6 weeks ago. The new cameras feed directly into a federal biometric database and flag on gait pattern, the specific way you favor your left foot at a threshold, a reflex from an old ankle injury you stopped noticing years ago. The alert hits the task force at 11:03 a.m. You are 24 miles driving the speed limit. Roadblocks go up on 4 primary routes within 40 minutes. You see the lights on Route 35 from 1/3 of a mile out and turn off before they see you. Your chest does something you feel behind your sternum. That wasn't random. They're looking for you specifically. You leave the car in a dollar store lot and walk into the tree line. January, 17 degrees. You have $9,800 in a backpack, a handgun, 1 water bottle, and a jacket rated to 40 degrees. You survive 4 days. You build fires before dawn and extinguish them before light. Your water bottle freezes solid the second night. You melt snow in your hands and drink it, dropping your core temperature each time without knowing it. By day 3, your decision-making feels sharp and clear, a symptom of early hypothermia that presents as confidence. The task force found your first fire pit 28 hours ago. Bloodhounds have been following your trail since yesterday morning. You can't hear them yet. You will. Level 6. Face in the dirt. You hear the dogs before you see anything. That sound carries differently in frozen air. You run. Full sprint through oak brush and frozen undergrowth for half a mile before your ankle goes in a gully. The crack arrives before the pain. When the pain arrives, it is complete. You slide the rest of the way down on your back and land at the bottom with the gun in your hand and your money scattered across the frozen ground where the bag split on impact. The dogs arrive within 4 minutes, then the handlers, then tactical units on the ridge above, 5 positions, angles that give full coverage of the gully floor. You put the gun down, you put your hands up. They come down anyway. Face in the frozen dirt, weight of 3 officers, zip ties at your wrists with your broken ankle bent sideways beneath you, a helicopter overhead making everything else inaudible. Someone reads your rights. You can't hear the words. In the county jail that night, a 26-year-old public defender lists your charges without expression. Armed robbery, 5 counts. Aggravated robbery, 3 counts. Assault with a deadly weapon, attempted murder, fleeing federal custody, firearms violations, 3 counts. The federal prosecutor offers a deal the next morning. Plead to 8 counts, accept 35 years. Go to trial, risk life without parole. She gives you 48 hours. You decide in 4. Level 7, number 44891-032. The sentencing hearing lasts 19 minutes. The judge reads each count, asks you if you understand. You say yes 7 times. 35 years, federal custody, no parole eligibility. Transfer recommendation, USP Hazleton, West Virginia, high security. The bus ride is 8 hours. You are shackled to a bench with 9 other inmates. Nobody speaks. The facility appears on the West Virginia hills like something permanent. Concrete perimeter walls 27 feet high, 4 guard towers, razor wire that catches afternoon light. Processing takes 3 hours. Stripped, searched, photographed. Assigned inmate number 44891-032. That number replaces your name in every official document from this point forward. Count time: 4 a.m., noon, 4 p.m., 9 p.m., midnight. The 4 a.m. count wakes you every day for the first 6 weeks. Then it becomes the structure your body organizes itself around. The first year is a violence that leaves no visible marks. The weeks accumulate without differentiation. You stop counting after month 16. Counting makes it worse. Your mother writes for 3 years, then the letters slow. Your brother stops after year 5. No explanation, just silence where communication used to be. You work in the laundry, you exercise in the yard, you keep your head down. You become, without deciding to, the kind of man who has learned to need very little from anyone. Level 8. What the system returns. You walk out of FCI Cumberland, Maryland on a Wednesday morning. You have been incarcerated for 22 years and 7 months. You are 49 years old. The Bureau of Prisons gives you $747 in gate money, wages accumulated at 23 cents an hour over 2 decades of work assignments. A bus voucher to Baltimore, a list of approved halfway houses, a parole conditions sheet with 12 requirements, including mandatory reporting, mandatory employment within 60 days, and no association with known felons. You stand in the parking lot for 4 minutes before you move. The world outside has reorganized itself around assumptions you no longer share. The phones are different in ways that aren't just technical. The grammar of how people navigate space, pay for things, communicate, all of it has a new logic, and there was no preparation for learning it. You apply for 19 jobs in the first month, 2 callbacks, 1 interview, no offer. On day 53, you get a position at a commercial cleaning company in Towson. $12.80 an hour, 5 a.m. starts. You report it to your parole officer. He notes it without expression. The guard whose cheekbone you fractured retired on medical disability 2 years after the assault. He still has headaches on the left side. He said so at your sentencing. You've had 22 years to turn that sentence over. You're not rehabilitated. You're not destroyed. You are something that exists in the space between. A person who entered a system at 27 and emerged at 49 and must now build something from whatever the system left behind. The FBI's most wanted list currently carries 494 active fugitives. The list turns over constantly. New names, same mistakes. Somewhere in Franklin County, a 24-year-old is sitting in his car in a bank parking lot. He has been watching the schedule for 9 days. He knows the branch opens at 9. He knows there are 2 employees on Tuesdays. He has thought through every variable he can identify and concluded that the ones he hasn't thought of won't matter. He checks his phone one last time. The tower logs the ping at 8:49 a.m. His device ID enters a database he will never know exists. The file doesn't have his name yet. It will have it soon. It always does.